Hello everyone, welcome back to Building My Dream Zoo in Minecraft. I know it's been a super long time since the last episode. I've just had sort of a lot going on, just like with school and just sort of some mental and physical health stuff, but nothing too serious. But just decided to focus on that stuff and still trying to figure some stuff out and everything, but I've just been itching to play Minecraft and get back to the zoo. So here we are. And so last episode we added these rhinos. And I did get a name suggestion from Simon, so thank you so much. However, Simon suggested the name Daisy, which I love. But this rhino here is a male, and as much as he could be named Daisy, I have no problem with that. We're going to see if we have one of these other two, if they're a female that we'd want to have in here. So for now, I'm going to put him back. And the reason, if you didn't see last episode, I originally had two of the rhinos in here, but they seem to be fighting quite a bit, and they weren't actually doing any damage to each other. That might be because of my settings for the server, I don't know for sure. But it was just sort of, they would just sort of bash into each other, like, constantly. And so I just felt like that was a bad look to have in the zoo. And obviously if it was a real zoo, they wouldn't keep them together like that. And they're a pretty solitary species. So we're going to see, I'm not sure, one of these, so I had two in here, so I think I only tamed two of them. So this is the male that we just had, and I did bring some more kibble. So we're going to see what these two are. I just don't want them to hit a wall or something. Alright, so this one is also a male. Oh, uh-oh. This is bad. I don't think I'm going to be able to fly out of here. Gosh. Ooh, okay, well, we made it out. Jeez. Yeah, this world, especially at 1.12, is really tough to fly. I didn't bring my tranquilizer gun. I didn't think I'd need it. But we're gonna go get that, so I will be right back. Alright, I'm just gonna hop up onto this wall. We'll see if we can get this guy. Where'd you go? There you are. Okay. So, this one then, hopefully is a female. Okay, so she's awake, not attacking me. It's a good sign. Yeah, okay, so this is the female. Okay, and so I think the reason that I picked not to have her out originally is because she was the lighter color and blends in with this, but then the dark one as well blends in with the back, so I think this will be fine. Please don't get stuck in that water. I will remove it. Okay. But yeah, you are going to be Daisy now. And once again, Simon, thank you so much. I always love all your suggestions, so that's awesome. Alright, and so I've already done quite a bit of work to get everything ready for this episode here and the habitat I want to build. I love these jaguars so much. But we are going to build right next to them here. And so I'm just going to throw my sugar boxes down. And so I've decided that we're going to build a Tasmanian Devil habitat. I was looking through my list and they just jumped out at me, so that's kind of how I usually decide. And so that habitat's going to go right here. And I'm just going to jump kind of right into it, but I did kind of play around with some custom trees, so I'm going to have some stripped jungle wood. I only have one that's stripped right now, but anyway, and then we're going to swap in some birch leaves and then the mangrove wood with this yellow autumn leaves. But I'm going to make them in the shape of an acacia tree. So that's kind of, I was playing around in creative, and that was the best design I could come up with that sort of looked like Australian and like that sort of area where Tasmanian Devils live, like that sort of tree style. Everything else that exists in the game kind of just didn't look right, so that's what I'm going to go with. Alright, so let's talk about the Tasmanian Devils. And as always, I'm going to include some pictures later on, and just a warning, they are so adorable. I just want to scoop them up and hug them, but obviously, no one should be doing that. However, Tasmanian Devils are the world's largest living carnivorous marsupials. It's kind of a long title, but they get that title after the extinction of the thylacine that happened in 1936. And if you haven't seen those, they're really interesting and they're so cool looking, and honestly, it's just such a shame that they're gone now. But both them and the Tasmanian Devils are part of a family called Dasyuridae. I think I'm pronouncing that right. But it's a group that's mostly consisting of small mouse-like marsupials, and most of them eat insects. However, the Tasmanian Devils are pretty different from their relatives. They have an appearance kind of like a small dog, and they have a relatively large head and neck compared to the rest of their body. And that also gives them a really strong bite force that allows them to take down their prey. And really interesting, their teeth and jaw have evolved very similar to hyenas, although they're not closely related at all, it's just convergent evolution. And a pretty funny fact that I found was that the first person that discovered them or named them actually thought they were a type of possum. And so they are another type of marsupial, but it's just funny to me because they're pretty different. And one thing that most people might know about the Tasmanian devils is that they're found on the island of Tasmania, which is off the coast of Australia. However, before, they used to be native to Australia as well on the mainland until about 3,000 years ago. And actually, there are reintroduction plans in the works, especially in areas that have low dingo populations, for a couple of reasons. So for one thing, the Tasmanian devils are keystone species, and so they kind of fill that role of like the top predator, and they're more efficient for the ecosystem than dingoes are. And then the other thing is that a lot of dingoes will actually eat the Tasmanian devils as well, which is unfortunate. And I actually did read about one introduction that they did somewhere in the south of the mainland Australia, and it seems like that population is doing pretty well so far. They've had records of babies being born and stuff like that, so it seems like they're doing pretty good. However, the species is considered threatened, and they're a protected species. And so luckily they are able to adapt to pretty much any type of environment that they have available to them, but that doesn't include the urban outskirts, so that puts them in conflict with humans sometimes. And they also unfortunately have a pretty low genetic diversity within the whole species, and that's thought to be because they have been restricted to an island for so long, and they just have low population densities in certain areas within the island too. And the other pretty unfortunate thing is that they don't really seem to do that well in captivity, and the females will actually be more stressed than the males in captivity too. And so of course that makes any captive breeding program pretty difficult, and it's also really sad to me that in captivity they end up being kept awake during the day when by nature they're nocturnal, and that's because like guests will keep them awake to try to look at them, you know? And so as much as I would love to see one in person someday, I really don't want to if it's going to be the case that they're unhappy or have to live under those conditions. But speaking of them being nocturnal, they'll do their hunting either at night or at dusk, and there's actually evidence that their vision is best under those conditions, like in the dark. However, something pretty cool is that unlike a lot of their relatives, they can thermoregulate pretty well, and so that means that they can be active during the day without overheating. And there's actually some reports of them sunbathing too. And Tasmanian devils are solitary pretty much, but their social tendencies are a little bit more complicated. So they don't hunt together at all, but they're also not very territorial, and so many more of them are able to live in the same region than with other carnivorous species. And in fact, something really cool is that they're often seen eating together, at least when there's enough food for more than one of them to eat. And it's believed that since they're not territorial, that as long as there's enough for themselves, they'll share with others so it doesn't get wasted or eaten by another species. And they're also pretty good climbers and swimmers, although as adults they don't really climb so well, but they have been seen swimming across full-on rivers, which is crazy to me. And so you may have noticed that I didn't actually add any water into this habitat, and I did that on purpose simply because I'm not sure if the mobs in Zawa here could handle being in water, since the mobs are so small, they're less than a block tall, and some of the mobs will end up drowning just because they're shorter than the water. And so I didn't want to risk them dying, so I just decided to leave water out, but if I could make it more realistic, then I would have done that. And I saved the best facts for last, but of course we have to talk about the baby Tasmanian devils. And so, like other marsupials, they're often called joeys, but they're also sometimes called pups too. Now, unfortunately, the mother's only able to feed and hold 4 pups in her pouch every mating season, so that's the maximum that she can raise at once, although typically more than that are going to be born every year. However, the good news is they have a pretty decent survival rate for those that do make it to the pouch, and they're actually pretty adorable when they're born. They're completely hairless, and they don't really have a lot of features, but they do have really strong forearms that they'll use to crawl into the pouch because they have to get there on their own. And they're also super tiny when they're born. They weigh less than 1/4 of a gram. Like, just think about how small that is. And they do tend to develop pretty quickly, although it was surprising to me, they don't open their eyes for another 3 months, and that's about the same amount of time that their fur grows in as well. Although when you think about it, they are marsupials and they only have a 21-day gestation period, and so most of their development is going to happen in that pouch instead of in the mother, like with other mammals. And in fact, the pups typically don't leave the pouch until they're about 105 days old. And then after that, they don't go back into the pouch, but they will still keep drinking milk, and they stay with the mother in her den for about 3 more months. And lastly, one of the cutest facts, which are actually similar to possums now that I think about it, but the mother will carry the babies on her back if she has to go anywhere, which is super, super cute. Found a couple of pictures. But yeah, I absolutely love these Tasmanian Devils, and I hope you guys do too. But that's all the facts that I have for you, so let's jump back into the game. Alright guys, so hopefully you like this habitat. We'll take a look from the outside in just a minute, but this is what it's looking like from the inside. Tried to keep everything kind of a similar color palette and stuff, and the shelter's a little bit simple back here, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to give them at least something. I might add to it later, and I was basing it off of a picture that I found. That was just sort of like a stone little structure similar to this. But yeah, so this is what we're working with here, and then as well I'll try to work on the back at some point too. But I think this is looking pretty cool. And so I learned my lesson from that rhino in the beginning, so I brought that just in case. But we're gonna see. I've only got 10 kibble right now. We could make more, I'll just have to go back to the house. But yeah, these guys tend to live solitary, like I said in my facts. But we'll see. If it's a pair, then I might keep them together if they don't fight. But if it's like 2 males or 2 females, I'll probably just keep one in here. But yeah, let's see what we've got. I've got my book and the kibble. Okay, this one's a male. Okay. Whew, we only got 2 left. Alright, well, we're gonna quickly just see. Oh, it is a female. Okay. She did not like me, so we're going to put her back. She might have just woken up, it's hard to tell. But yeah, I'm gonna see if we can get some more kibble then. And then we'll see if we can get her as well. We're just gonna wait and see if this guy will wake up though. I just want to watch him a little bit. Oh, hi buddy. Oh, you're so cute. Hello. Look at your little nose. He's a little cross-eyed little guy. It's so cute. Alright, so I got 8 more kibble, and so we're gonna see if this will work. I'm ready with my tranquilizer just in case. I'm gonna try to give them a little bit of space between them. Okay, cool. Oh, she still didn't want all of them. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, I'll have to go gather some more stuff. It's easy stuff to get, just didn't have any on hand. So yeah, we'll see if we can get some more kibble going. But yeah, this guy is just so cute. I like that it has a little white on his chest too. Oh, you're so adorable. I do want to check though. Are you set to wander? He's not really going anywhere. He's been looking around. Oh, there we go. Alright, please don't escape. They shouldn't be able to jump 2 blocks, and everything I've double checked. The whole perimeter is 2 or 3 blocks tall. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here though. Don't want to be in here at night, although I did light this up pretty good. Oh, I do want to see if he's gonna fall asleep though. I'm scared. This habitat's not safe to get in from the outside yet, but hopefully it'll be okay. Go somewhere else, buddy. Oh, he went to sleep. Oh, you're so cute. Alright, I'm gonna go. I'll be back. Okay, so I've got another 8. This guy's still doing pretty good over there. So we're gonna try this out. Oh, okay. Literally one more. Alright, cool. Oh, she's got a little bit of the white too. Trait rash variant 1. Let's see, what variant are you? Variant 0. Ooh, okay, awesome. So they're a little bit different. Let's see, are you gonna wake up? Oh, that's so cute. Look at your little nose. Oh my goodness. Oh, hello. How are you guys? I'm gonna put my hood back up. Just in case they fight, it looks like either they haven't noticed each other or they'll be fine. So we'll just wait a minute and see. Because yeah, I won't keep them together if they're gonna fight. But yeah. It's a little bit odd how, at least from like up here, it kind of looks like an extension of their eye, the little white on their chest. It's so odd. It's cool though. Okay, I'm actually gonna head to the outside and we'll take a look from behind the glass as well. Oh, they're just so cute. I'm hoping this habitat's not too big where you can't see them, or like too far back. Not too big, because obviously I want them to have a lot of space, but I just don't want them to be so far back that you can't see them from this side. But we'll take a look. Oh, he's in the little den. Oh, so cute. Oh, he's right by the glass. Oh, that's so cute. Look at you guys. Oh, that's so adorable. And the giraffes in the background there. That's cute. Alright guys, so this episode is going to be a little bit short, but I feel like I did get quite a bit done. Like I got the whole habitat done, planning and everything. And I've been really trying to just be like more succinct in my videos and stuff, so I don't like just talk too much about like stuff that doesn't matter. Kind of like I'm doing now, but you know what I mean. But yeah, so I'm trying to just sort of get to the point and get habitats done and make progress. So I do want to get more done, like work on the wall, and I want to maybe build a tree farm, and I have just so many plans. But I just want to get this habitat out and get the video done because I know it's been a while and I feel really bad that it's taken me so long to actually get up the energy and stuff to do this. But yeah, I'm super happy with these guys. I love their little habitat and just looking at their cute little faces. But yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye everyone!